cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, and you guys are live with Ash Said It Daily Podcast. We have the exclusive. We've got a pretty awesome show today, you guys. I'm excited. We got some new friends in the building. We got some new things going on. And I just want to say that this is one of the biggest shows to hit. I mean, it's being already credited as one of the greatest variety shows on the planet. The Cirque Dreams Holidaze show. I have with me today the musical director / casting director, the wonderful Jill Winters. Hi, Jill.
Hey, Ash. How are you?
I am doing fantabulous. How are you?
Very well, thank you. We're just getting ready to kick off this tour. We actually just pulled into Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
Oh.
We're checking out the show, which is very exciting.
Wow, that is awesome. Awesome. So, Jill, before we jump into the show, we want to get a little bit of background on you. Now, you are very much a seasoned, I can't even say like one particular genre or one particular position. Because you've worn many of hats. I understand. I identify with it. So
I definitely do a lot of stuff.
Definitely. So Jill, give the audience a little bit of background on yourself as a performer.
Sure. I actually started out as a clarinet player and played for many symphonies, which I loved very much, and that took me into being a singer and dancer. I always wanted that triple threat thing happening. Which led me to Broadway, and I put out a couple of records on Mercury Universal. And then one day I was doing a show, and I met the now director and owner of the Cirque Dreams brand, and I ended up singing a show for him. And after that, I begged him to actually write the show.
Wow.
Which he allowed me to.
Yeah, that is awesome. And that definitely, I mean, to impress the owner and creator of a show like that, and for him to pull you out and say, oh yeah, we want you, and oh yeah, we're going to hire you, that's pretty big stuff.
It was very exciting. I was very young.
Yeah.
It was really exciting. And when I, we get compared to Cirque du Soleil a lot, and I don't even like to say the name. We are Cirque Dreams, and we do a different thing.
Yeah.
This is a theater show, and we have singers, and this is a stage show, which could be compared to any Broadway show.
Right.
Yeah. But, being a part of a circus as a singer, you're thinking, oh, what am I going to sing? It's a different language. And the first thing I wanted to do was change that and make sure that we sang in English so that people understood the story and that sort of thing.
Definitely. So where did it come into play that you were put on as the casting director? How did that happen?
Good question. I am an overachiever, I will admit it, and I was singing in the show, and then I cast someone to take over in that show to sing that show for me, and this was a long time ago, and it was in Branson, Missouri. And when I sat back in the audience and I taught this really lovely girl the role and to sing, and I sat back there and I said, you know what, I think I might be enjoying this even more than being up on stage at this point in my career. And so then I started to direct, and I wanted to find the acts that really fit what we do. So I kind of fell into it. I pushed into it, really.
All right. So Cirque Dreams Holidaze, 300 costumes, 20 acts, 30 performers, 12 countries. I mean, gingerbread men. We got toy soldiers, snowmen. I mean, I don't even know where to begin, Jill. I mean, this show is incredible. From the reviews that I've read about it and from what people are saying, everyone is super excited for this show to come to their city. What can people?
Oh, it's great.
Yes. What are people going to be able to look forward to?
There's something for everyone. That's the greatest part about our Cirque Dreams Holidaze show. There are 3 singers, and they sing in harmony, and we have a lot of holiday classics in the show, rocking around the Christmas tree and walking in a winter wonderland and that kind of music. And then there's some original stuff, something you haven't heard before. We have a little girl on the show this year who is amazing, and her name's Christine, and she's when people see her perform, you're jaw dropping. We have two boys from Ethiopia who do the gingerbread cookie scene, who are all equally amazing, and quick changes, roller skaters, lots of stuff in the air, which I know everybody enjoys, people flying through the air, flying out over the audience, and all that. You got to see all that. And it never stops. I mean, it just builds and builds and builds. And one of my favorite things to do at intermission is just to go stand by the doors and hear everybody saying as they're walking out of the theater. And it's always so, oh my God, what is going to happen next? What can they possibly do in Act 2? That's so fun.
So, tell us a little bit about the preparation for such a show. What are rehearsals looking like? How many months are we practicing? What's going on there?
It's crazy. The good news is this year we have about, I'd say 50% that did this show last year. We always change up the show because we love for everyone to keep seeing it over and over again, and we want to give everybody something new. So I wrote some new songs this year, which is really exciting. We have an ice scene where we have a contortionist in a martini glass.
What?
And icicles. Yeah, it's crazy. And icicles in the background, and they wrote a song called Ice, and I think it's going to be a hit. I'm very excited to see this on stage, which hopefully I'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
As far as rehearsals, we are very good at advancing people and getting them to send us videos of with them, with our music, and making our changes, and then we get them into our studio, and then we have people there just training, and now we're all here out on the road getting ready to tech, which is insanity. It's 12-hour days, and getting the lights just right and that rigging just right, make sure everybody's safe in the air, and getting the sound to sound perfect. So this is the fun part for me.
So how long does this show run, as far as the running time or the entire show?
It's 90 minutes. It has a 20-minute intermission.
Gotcha.
So it's just it leaves you with wanting more, I think.
So in this touring season, have you guys added a lot of new cities to the map?
We have. I don't actually have the tour route right in front of me right now, but we have added on. We've had some old familiar things, which is great. We keep coming back to some of the bigger cities. We're really excited to be at the Fox Theater in Atlanta this year. I mean, it's always it's a beautiful place to perform and be at. And Atlanta, who doesn't want to be in Atlanta?
I know. The fabulous Fox Theater.
Yeah, we're over Thanksgiving, so I feel like that's just the time when everybody's ready for Christmas once Thanksgiving hits.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
So, what would you say is your biggest challenge during a show?
I think the biggest challenge is usually it goes on behind the part when you leave the city.
Of course.
It's organization.
Gotcha.
It's the 300 costumes, and the cast of 30 changing into the costumes and getting them out on stage on time. It's the props. The show has so many props and so many fun things to see, and it's just a matter of using the space properly and getting things on stage and making sure everything looks beautiful when it takes a step out there. And so I think that is the biggest challenge, probably for any show. It's a lot for our show because we have so many different things. We have people in the air, we have jugglers, we have props, we have singers. It's craziness. I wish we should do a reality show behind the scenes, because I think that's where the real show is.
I believe that would be awesome. I think we ought to pitch that to one of the networks.
Exactly.
I think that would be awesome.
Sure. Yeah.
So your director, Neil Goldberg, he has been quoted in saying, "The only thing ordinary in this show is the extraordinary." How would you describe this Cirque show from previous ones that you've had a hand in?
I would say, the show is always growing. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And, you know, the scenes that are a hit the year before, I mean, we take these scenes and we just add them on, and we add, I mean, I think that's what makes it extraordinary. I think what also makes our show extraordinary is that, I mean, you can take a 2-year-old to the show, and they're going to sit there and watch the colors and the things flying around. And you can take your grandma who's, you know, 90, and she's going to think the same thing. And anybody who comes in to see the show takes something away, and it's usually something different. But they all can leave the theater with taking something away with them.
Gotcha. All right, so I've got a couple of questions that came in through Facebook. And Carol Ann has a question for you, Jill, and she's wanted me to ask, when are auditions for the Cirque shows?
You can go to the website. It's www.cirqueproductions.com, and you can go to the information and just write an email there, and those emails pop to me, and then I'll be able to answer that question. Right now, we don't have any. We're out on the road. We have 2 shows on NCL Cruise Line, and we have these 2 shows, 2 touring shows of holidays, and we also have a sit-down show in Orlando, Florida, all at the same time right now. So nothing's happening at home. But as soon as the new year hits, we'll be back to the grind, and we'll start looking for new artists and new talent.
Gotcha. Okay, and Douglas asks, how many rehearsals do you guys hold before the show actually opens?
We do about 2 weeks in our studio in Florida, and then we come out on the road. We usually have at least 1 week, maybe a week and a half of tech, which is still rehearsing at the same time.
Gotcha. All right, I've got Tina. She wanted to know, do you still perform, Jill?
Sometimes I get pushed into it. It's not my first job anymore, but for some reason, somebody talks me into it, and I usually enjoy it. I don't enjoy performing over and over and over and over again. I like to do 1 or 2 nights and have a really good time at it, and then go back to what I enjoy the most, which is teaching new artists and teaching new singers, you know, music, and getting new people together and teaching them how to be on stage and perform. That's really my first love these days.
Alrighty. And I've got Chelsea. She wants to know, what characteristics do you look for in performers?
I never really know what I'm looking for until I see it. I really do like big personalities on stage, not off stage. Let me be very clear about that. And sometimes I can't be helped, but yeah, I do. I look for people who want to be on stage, people who have a love for it, people who smile and know how to take direction. You know, it's always the special ones, you know, and sometimes they know who they are, and sometimes they don't know who they are, and it's my job to bring it out of them.
Gotcha. And the second part of that is, do you have dress rehearsals open to the public? I doubt very much.
It's a good question. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we're ready, and you know, the best part of seeing the show, obviously, is with an audience, and before the actual public, you know, the public shows open. Sometimes we do a dress rehearsal first. Usually it's for special organizations or for schools and things like that. We like to bring them in and let them sit there for free and watch us do a dress rehearsal, which is not always perfect, and sometimes it's a stop and start, but I think it's a great learning experience, and I think people really enjoy that too. So sometimes.
Alrighty. And I've got one last one here from Jared. Jared wants to know, what is your favorite city to visit? I guess to tour.
Oh my goodness. I've been everywhere. My favorite city in America, I think, a tough one. That is a tough question. I do like California, and I would have to probably say San Francisco.
Okay. Cool.
I just love it there.
Yeah. Anything in Cali is nice. I've just been out a few months back. I had some audition stuff going on there, and I just love it out there. It's just so, I don't know, you can't really describe it.
For sure. It's a different, I'm originally from New York, and I
Right.
live in Florida now, and so I'm an East Coast girl. But every time I go out to California, I do question why I don't live there. The weather's beautiful. The food is good. The scenery is good. You have mountains. You have water.
Yes.
It's a good place to live.
It's just awesome. Awesome sauce. All right, last and certainly not least, Jill, what advice would you give to any performers that may be listening to the show? Because my show is global. Yay, two steps up.
Oh.
So what advice would you offer to any upcoming performers that maybe want to be in the industry, maybe they want to be a performer, or maybe they want to aspire to be a musical director?
For sure. I think the best piece of advice I can give is follow your heart. If you believe you can do it, you absolutely can do it. That doesn't mean, if you're talented and people tell you you're good at something, it doesn't mean that hard work doesn't go very far. You have to work hard, and you have to stay in it. Stay in it no matter what anybody says. If this is your love and this is your dream and this is your passion, work hard and get it. Just get it.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Jill Winters, thank you so very much for coming through to the show. Let everybody
Thank you so
know.
much for having me.
Absolutely. Let everybody know, again, where they can look out for the show, how they can get information, social media, all that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We're at, again, our website is www.cirqueproductions.com. You can find us on Facebook, just /Cirque Dreams. I guess that's the easiest way to find us.
Certainly. Well, I appreciate you. And I will look forward to seeing you guys here in Atlanta in less than a couple of weeks. You guys are going to be here on the 23rd and the 25th at the Fabulous
Correct,
Fox Theater.
7:30.
7:30.
Yeah, 7:30.
So,
tickets run about $45 to $65.
yeah, I mean that's reasonable.
And the Fox Theater website, which is foxtheater.org, you can find us there as well.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Joe. And thank you for everybody that's tuned into the show. I appreciate you guys so very much. Keep pushing forward in your dream no matter what. And of course, check out ashsaidit.com for the most up-to-date stuff. We've got blog features. We've got music. We've got a little bit of everything on the site. Go check out ashsaidit.com right now until my next break. I love you guys to pieces. Keep doing what you do. I will talk to y'all later.